And the point is they come to the castle so you can teach them a lot of things. And first of all, you're isolating them from there at the West. And I remember when you got me up there 4 years ago, I was like, all right, what's happening to me there? You're isolating me from everybody else. You're going to indoctrinate me with a certain way. I had to dig out my suits from the city that I hadn't worn in 4 or 5 years. I didn't even wear suits at the end of my city career. I was over it. And I got all that up. We're obviously fed by you, butlers and waiting on you hand and foot. And you get 8, 9, 10 hours plus, actually, because you homework at night and movies at night of QLA 7 days in a row.
Correct.
That's what happens.
Correct.
Why do that way? Because no one in the world that I know of does that.
Well, one, because it works. Two, I want to get you as uncomfortable as humanly possible from vis-a-vis your old lifestyle. And that does. It starts with the suits, the formal meals. Certainly nobody, we've only had one guy in 25 years that ate like that every day, and he was a bastard great-great-grandson of a pope who lived in a big 300-bedroom palace outside Rome. He's the only guy that's ever come through the seminar that was not uncomfortable for. We drive you the 10, 12 hours a day, as you alluded to. We have homework. Most of the guys, in fact, I don't know anybody that has a 2, 3, 4, 5 day seminar that has homework at night. Everybody's out getting fucked up, drunk, whoring around in the city, wherever it is. And I read the homework, and based on at lunchtime, the day after the homework, you turn in your homework, and now I read it during lunchtime of the following day. And if I don't like the answers, I can either throw you out. If you've taken it, for granted, the gym privileges, there's rarely any time for the gym. But if I don't like one guy's homework of the 24, no gym privileges tomorrow. If somebody's late to class, no gym privileges. If you're late to a meal, no gym privileges. Okay, and we hold you accountable, and you're accountable when you fuck up. You're fucking up the other 23 guys' lives, guys and gals, and peer pressure is good. Peer pressure is good. Peer pressure works.
And what kind of businesses are we talking about? And the businesses that you're personally involved in are always only the ones that involve your mentees.
Yeah, I don't do anything, and haven't for many, many years, that doesn't come through a mentee that I personally trained.
Most people don't understand that. Why is that?
Well, because then I don't have to program you. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. I know private equity doesn't work for you. It works for the private equity guys. I know commercial debt, where you're not being diluted in the ownership, works. I know you can fund things with commercial debt. I know interest rates are the lowest in 5,000 years. Okay? So I know all that, and I don't want to have to reprogram some, cowboy from Belarus or from West Covina to explain to him. And because because during the class, we have normally 2 to 3 webinars per seminar day that are from guys that just left, that are in the trenches showing you how to do it. And we have like one alpha male guy, and there are not too many of those. And then we've got some little nerd who wouldn't say shit if it was in his mouth. And then, and we give the whole spread of personalities.
And you get them on a video, and they're in their office, they're 4 or 5 months in, they're like, look, this is what I'm doing, this
Correct.
is my dream team,
Correct.
I'm rolling up these companies, this is what I'm struggling with, this is what I'm not.
And almost always they say, I know Dan doesn't need any validation, but it was like deja vu from the webinar that we saw 5 months ago when I walked into the PricewaterhouseCoopers office. I mean, there were 5 partners in there. The more partners in a meeting, the better they like it. I had my script, and our board has taken the decision to review all our professional relationships, including accounting, law, and banking. And how can PwC, how can KPMG, how can BDO assist us in our growth? You've sent them an executive summary. You're going to dominate whatever it is, the industry you're in. You've got a board, a dream team of 150 to 200 years of experience, $25 billion of deals, 100 or 150 deals, whatever.
You're following the script.
You're following the script.
The QLA script.
Yeah, and there's only 4 or 5 questions. It's like a politician. Politician has 3 talking points normally, maybe 5 if he's smart. No matter what question you ask the politician, it's one of those 5 answers. We're no different. We got 5 answers to a million questions, okay? The board has taken the decision, and the words are a little different in this country. The board has taken the decision. In America, you don't say the board has taken the decision because they don't know what you're talking about. Take what decision? You know, we've decided to in American.
Okay, so you give them that recipe on how to do it.
Correct.
And they see in real time the people executing it.
Correct, and we give them 3 to 5 of those a day. Then more recently, since Josh just got there in August, we retaped interviewing process. How do you interview a chairman? How do you interview a potential seller? And how do you interview a financial institution? And we've got Josh and I play the bank, or I play the seller, or I play the potential chairman, and he sits there, it's on in film, and he shows how easy it is. And most of the kids, because the scripts are only 6-7 minutes long, that's it. That's with questions. And as Josh says, and this is online on social media, after 3.5 years, 95% of the things I worried about still have not happened to me, and I made 4 acquisitions.
What was he worried about happening?
Well, he looked young. He was 17. He looks 10. His age has only come up once, and it was about 6-7 months ago. In my opinion, it was a jealous 29-year-old banker that saw a kid with no college education, homeschooled, you know, got $10 million in revenue, you know, and he said, well, how old are you? And Josh answered him appropriately. I don't think, you know, age has anything to do with it. We have, you know, 120 years of track record, and you know, we got $9.6 million in revenue. I mean, what's my age got to do with anything? And that's the right way to answer it.
Okay.
But he's not the, you know, we have other kids that are in their 20s that are buying business. We had a kid named Chris who closed the deal last day of last year, and people make fun. He bought a $1.3 million business for $1. Motivated seller. He structured the seller's finance just like the guy wanted it for his retirement. They didn't want to go through banking, due diligence. They didn't want to go through quality of earnings and all that crap. The business was simple enough that Chris could figure it out. And and he says, oh, because you have to have, money has to change hands, otherwise it's not a deal. Here's $1. We've had probably 40% of our deals, 2017 and 18, are 100%, owner financed, at least 50% to 100%. We had a deal close a few months ago, 99% owner financed. I said, well, why 99? Because there was a secretary that had 1%.